My beloved ones, my name is Algimantas, and I present spiritual teachings. I live in Lithuania. It's a small country in Eastern Europe at the Baltic Sea. This time I would like to touch upon the theme as to how Creator is contacting us and even operating for us. It is very difficult to explain because we don't have our ability to see plenty of means that Creator is using for the benefit of all and to contact us, to reach us. Nonetheless, all these measures are real and they are visible to some other beings who are much higher than we mortals are. So, first of all, I would like to tell you that Creator has no any form, any body. He is just the concentration or focus of energy vibrations, since Creator is the source of energy. Therefore, He is spreading ceaselessly His own vibrations throughout all cosmic space. Because the whole of creation, which is material, is built up in space. Space is also generated or produced by Creator Himself. So He fills up with His own living vibrations all the space. Just imagine a huge ocean of water, and it is upon you that depends how much you will submerge yourself into this water. There is a huge body of water, but it is upon your will depends how much you do desire to experience this water. If you stand on the shore and enjoy the beauty of the ocean vastness, so you will not be able to experience what is water in general. But if you step into the water, you will begin to feel its structure. You will be able to feel the texture of water. So this feeling is your experience. And the deeper you get into the ocean, the more you are being washed by this water. So it's exactly the same with living energy vibrations of Creator in space, in the whole of creation. The more you are open to Creator in your heart, sincerely, in spirit, the more you are feeling these vibrations within your heart. This is a real sensation. It's not one's imagination, it's not one's fancy. It's just a glimpse by your personality of the manifestation of the Creator's vibrations in reality and even within you. For instance, if you are being praised by someone, you feel a certain elevation within. This is some status of your mind or of your consciousness that you begin to experience a certain sensation within. This elevation is not simply a theoretical notion, it's the feeling within. But if you are being, cursed by someone, if someone applies curse words just in a way evaluate your actions or even to slander you, your emotions shall be of a different sort, because you will be in a way subdued as a personality. You will not be feeling any pride within, any noble feeling, but you will be suppressed within. But all this feeling is nothing else but living vibrations of energy within you. So this energy field in space is active, is living, and it is upon our desire to experience them, to express our own personality, identity in all its sincerity, that allows us to experience these vibrations if we have any notion about their existence in reality. But Creator is also dealing with creation, with His children, through other children. Through other children, He has qualified to render His assistance, His vibrations to different parts of creation and at a different level, which depends upon His sons indwelling these parts of creation, upon their spiritual enlightenment, upon their subconscious and conscious light within. Therefore, these children of Creator are qualified and capable of passing Creator's vibration, energy vibrations. Plus, Creator is also using His own fragments. He can send His own spirit, His own fragments to indwell even our mind, even though we are the furthest from Creator. But we have within our mind a true fragment of Creator Himself. And this fragment is called a thought adjuster, since He is adjusting our thoughts and directing them almost towards Creator, towards Creator's love and light, towards reality. And once thought adjusters, they are filled up with the quality of all vibrations of Creator Himself. Therefore, we have original energy vibrations of Creator within our thought adjuster, not within our own body, but within the thought adjuster who is indwelling our mind. He is not indwelling our material brain which is the means for our mind operation. He is just within the process of our thinking. And once we open up to Creator, once we open our heart to Creator in all our sincerity, once we start communing with Creator by exposing our sorrows, our hardships, our problems, and all of a sudden we begin to feel that our heart is turning light. These are higher frequency vibrations that our thought adjuster is having within. But our sincerity and our sincere desire to commune with Creator allowed us just to reach for these very top frequency vibrations within our thought adjuster, so that we would begin to experience all these vibrations in the form of the sensation of lightness within. Thus, we are experiencing Creator through all our sincerity. If there is no sincerity in our heart, it is impossible to experience Creator's vibrations, because sincerity is also a certain quality of Creator's character. And sincerity is being bestowed by Creator upon each of us. But if we have not been treated in sincerity by our parents in our childhood, of course, we have not been brought up as sincere persons. And of course, for us, it would be much more difficult to open up to Creator. And we will even deny if someone else, address us by saying that, if you feel, ill at ease, just address Creator. So in this case, you will not believe these words, and you will not trust the person who has just pronounced these words, because your sincerity is covered under a very thick layer of subconscious fear. It is fear that does not allow sincerity to reach your consciousness. Nevertheless, the fragment of Creator, our thought adjuster, is operating even within insincere people's minds. He is trying to train this mind for the future life after resurrection. Once our material body shall wear out all the living energy being present within, as this energy is being given by Creator. So after the resurrection and after our personality identity is given a new form, a new higher vibration frequency form, and which is in the stage of our soul identity development. So this stage is called a Maronchian stage of our personality identity development. So our thought adjuster is filling up our subconsciousness, our mind, through our subconsciousness, by such notions, by such assertions, that will be useful after we are resurrected and after we continue our journey to paradise, which is the focus of Creator's all energy, the center of all energy of Creator, and which is the geographic center of the whole of creation. And plus, Creator has special circuits to reach his, sons and daughters. He has circuits of spirituality, spiritual circuits. He has a circuit of mind. He has a circuit of personality. So these circuits are used for some definite purposes, but they are also used to reach Creator's sons by Creator himself whenever he desires to reach us. When I told you at the very beginning that space is being filled up with Creator's vibrations, and the more we are open to Creator in all our sincerity, the more we feel these vibrations. So Creator is not sending these vibrations individually to each of us. He is sending like all his vibrations en masse. But our spiritual insight allows us to more openly drink these living vibrations, to take them in, so that we would begin to feel that we are being filled up with these vibrations in reality. So it means that it is due to our personal efforts that we are beginning to feel these top frequency vibrations in a more intensive and extensive way. But Creator himself has not changed by an iota. It is we who are changing, and we are turning into more like Creator himself. Therefore, our sensations are being developed so that our personal efforts are giving us a wonderful reward. The outcome of our efforts is all the sensation of Creator's qualities that we begin to feel within. All of a sudden we turn into a compassionate person, a loving person, and sending his affection, his love to all, and it is just a natural process. And this is being done by Creator's energy vibrations. We are filled up with the top frequency vibrations from Creator, and to that level that it is impossible for us to keep these vibrations within, and we begin to pour them out to our brethren. And it is a very natural process for us, because even Creator himself is not keeping his vibrations to himself. He is pouring out all his vibrations down upon the whole of creation. And we are following Creator's example, but not just by copying him, but because we are a true son or daughter. Each of us, original son or daughter of Creator. And therefore it is just natural for us to behave the way Creator Himself is permanently behaving. He is caring for us for the benefit of all. This is the way Creator's evolutionary plan is being implemented through our spiritual enlightenment, through our personal efforts, and through our brighter light being poured out to others. So, in a way, we turn into an element of Creator's mechanism as His sons and daughters. And we begin to behave the way other children of Creator are permanently behaving while coming to our own assistance. Thus, the mechanism of Creator's operation in creation embraces just vibrations in His family. That is, His sons and daughters. And, of course, different circuits. The circuit of mind, the circuit of personality, and a spiritual circuit. Of course, for us, it's very difficult to imagine as to how this mechanism is operating. We can feel just a small part of the consequences of the operation of this mechanism. Once we are being claimed that Creator is reaching each of us. Just open up to Creator and you will begin to feel His messages. Well, that requires a lot of personal effort on our part. But if we start, making our efforts towards this end, just sooner or later, we will begin to hear Creator's messages being passed to us personally. Because Creator has designed evolution that it should be living and filled up with His vibrations, and His teachings are nothing else but vibrations that our mind begins to register within and turn them into certain assertions. And all of a sudden, a whole teaching, a whole communion on the part of the Creator has been, available to our personality identity. Already on this initial world in our journey to paradise and to eternity. That's a reward for our efforts. And this reward is coming in the form of Creator's energy vibrations. And we read them, we feel them, and we actually commune with Creator also by vibrations that we emit out of our own self. So this is already what we might call our prayer or our worship of Creator. But depending upon our sincerity, depending upon the level of our opening to Creator, we begin to experience a certain sensation within, and that is Creator's energy vibrations that we begin to feel within. Thus, we might take in the top frequency vibrations of Creator. The more we take our own efforts towards this end, and as Creator's vibrations have no any limits, and their frequencies also unlimited. So in this case, our sensations are limitless as well. And no matter how much and however in amount we will be taking efforts to feel Creator's vibrations at the top frequency level, it is always be possible to raise them even higher. But it is not because Creator's vibrations would be higher, but because our heart, our soul, our spirit would be opened much deeper to Creator, to take in this higher frequency vibration from Creator. Thus, you should understand and you should ponder on these things, that Creator is changeless. His unity is not changing. It is we who are changing by adapting our own personality identity to an ever growing frequency of Creator's energy, changeless energy, that we are capable of reaching at this say moment, or in this moment.